breakfast sausage. Now, breakfast sausage was something I loved eating. Growing up, I loved eating breakfast sausage patties, breakfast sausage in, breakfast bowls, and breakfast sausage in those little breakfast burritos, breakfast sausage links. I loved anything breakfast sausage related. It was honestly my second favorite kind of breakfast food to eat, next to bacon. And yeah, I loved eating it. It was always so good to eat. Growing up and as I got older too. But then came the fateful day I tried this. Yeah. A toaster scramble sausage. Sausage toaster scramble. It's basically the savory version of a toaster strudel. It has, eggs, sausage, and then there's also bacon ones as well. But yeah, it's basically a savory version of a toaster strudel. And you make them in the toaster. Pretty easy. I had one of those. I put it in the toaster, and everything was going good. It got done. I ate it. It was good. It tasted good. Nothing was off about it. Nothing tasted off about it at all. It tasted like a normal, breakfast sausage, egg thing. But not even like an hour or so later, my stomach started hurting. I started feeling really queasy, like I was going to throw up. And eventually, I did throw up multiple times. And every time I threw up, sorry to be graphic here, but every time I threw up, I tasted sausage, breakfast sausage. Nothing else. Acidy breakfast sausage flavor every time I threw up. And it was just a horrible, awful time. And yeah. And after that, I swore off eating any breakfast sausage. Any of it. Not just toaster scrambles. And not just the sausage toaster scrambles. Any breakfast sausage. Breakfast sausage in anything. No more breakfast sausage burritos, breakfast bowls, or breakfast sausage patties or links or anything. No more breakfast sausage. I swore off of it. I avoided anything to do with breakfast sausage. I avoided it like a plague. Like the plague. And it went on like that for years. Yes, years. I avoided eating something for years. Even though most likely it was probably due to the toaster scramble thing. The way I cooked it, it was probably most likely undercooked because I cooked it in the toaster. That's probably the reason why, I had food poisoning or whatever you want to call it from it. It's probably due to that. But yeah, I avoided it like the plague for years. And after a while, I started missing it. Because honestly, like I said before, it was my second favorite kind of breakfast food to eat. And I started to miss it a little bit, eating it. But I was still, I was still kind of afraid and hesitant to try it again. But I wanted to. And so I had the thought of maybe I'll start trying it again with an alternative. Turkey sausage. Breakfast turkey sausage. I've always wanted to try that anyway. So I'm like, maybe I can try that. Yeah, maybe that would be a good alternative, you know. And maybe after trying that and liking it or whatever, I can maybe, you know, go back to eating regular breakfast sausage if all goes well. So I did that. I tried breakfast turkey sausage, and it was amazing. And nothing happened. You know, nothing bad happened. It was great. And I'm like, huh. So maybe I can actually try the real thing. You know, actual breakfast sausage, pork sausage. Maybe I can try the real thing now. But I was still a little hesitant. But after a while of, you know, deliberating or whatever the word is, I tried it. I got me a little pack of little breakfast sausage patties. Nothing too big, you know. I just tried 2 of them, and nothing happened. It was great. And I realized after that how much I actually missed eating sausage, breakfast sausage. You know, I missed it so much. I spent years avoiding this stuff like the plague, and now that I'm eating it again, I realized how much I missed it, and also how stupid I probably was for avoiding it for this long. You know, just because after one little bad incident with it, which was probably due to, like I said, fix it in the toaster and it being undercooked and whatever. It made me avoid it for years, you know. And it was honestly probably a mistake that I avoided it for years. I should have probably tried it sooner, but I didn't. And now I was so happy that I could finally eat it again, you know. So I went back to eating breakfast sausage stuff, you know. Breakfast sausage and breakfast bowls, breakfast sausage and breakfast burritos, breakfast sausage patties, links, you know, all that. I started eating it again. And don't get me wrong, I still eat turkey sausage too. It's still great. But every so often. But yeah. Now I eat both, you know. I eat breakfast sausage and turkey sausage. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, now I can eat it again, and I'm actually so happy. So happy. And I feel so fucking stupid for avoiding it for that long, for years. But yeah. Anyways, that was the history, I guess, of my history with breakfast sausage.